Oke, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Eh, Salam sejahtera untuk kita semua. Thank you so much for watching this video right now. Today we're gonna talking about our class is Business English session 10 ya. Okay, and today we're gonna talking about talking to the subordinate. In bahasa you can call it berbicara terhadap hmm, apa namanya eh bahan ya. Oke, udah sesi 10 lagi ya teman-teman. I mean untuk untuk kalian tetap harus fokus ya. Jadi nggak kerasa udah sesi 10 ya. Berarti udah mau berakhir gitu ya. Oke, nah ini salah satu contoh common question. A common question a manager asks is to find out what the status of a project is gitu ya. Jadi misalnya salah satu kalimatnya itu what is the status of the marketing documents. Nah, ini salah satu contoh nanya bagaimana pertanyaan manajer atau atasan ke bawahan gitu ya, atau how far along are you in your analysis. It means that the question wondering that how have you been, how long have you been for your experience. Atau juga ada yang are you almost done with the technical report, nanya progress gitu ya, sama when are you going to finish the design plan, atau can you give me a status on your progress so far, atau how is the reporting assignment going, atau when can you give me a working draft by. So that's many kind of question from your bosses, from your manager, for your upper level to the employee, yeah, to the subordinate. There's many purpose, which mean that it's it's kind of the question is asking a different purpose too, yeah. Some of them uh, asking you about the progress, some question asking you about uh, uh, the uh, the the draft, yeah. So many different kind of that. Next, okay. Requesting a weekly status mail from your direct is very common along large companies with many employees. Basically, the status mail will include what has been accomplished the current week and what will be done next week. If your company has this process, or if you just want to implement it yourself, you can tell your direct something like the following: at the end of every week, can you send me a weekly status mail? I will email you a template you should follow. You should email it me to every day. Nah, jadi status tuh kabarnya gitu ya. Requesting a weekly status mail from your direct is very common. Nah, biasa sangat sangat Oke, sorry kepotong tadi ya, ada tamu. Oke. Yeah, so requesting a weekly status mail from your direct is very common. Nah, jadi meminta status mingguan ya, pesan mingguan dari atasan itu sangat-sangat apa namanya, very common ya, sangat biasa lah ya di perusahaan besar ya dengan banyak karyawan. Basically pada dasarnya ya status pesan itu sudah termasuk apa yang sudah beres, yang sudah finish gitu ya di apa di minggu terakhir, di minggu terakhir, dan apa yang akan dilakukan minggu depan gitu ya. If your company has this process, jika perusahaan kamu mempunyai proses ini ya, atau kamu cuman ingin mengimplementasikan ke kamu ya, you can tell the direct something like following. Nah, ini salah satu contoh kalimatnya ya. At the end of every week, can you send me a weekly status mail? Nah, ini berarti kita sebagai manajer gitu ya, ngomong ke bawahan. Di akhir di setiap akhir pekan ya, apakah kamu bisa mengirim status mingguan pesan gitu ya, di mana statusnya gitu ya, lewat pesan. I will email you, saya akan ngirim kamu template ya yang harus kamu ikuti. You should email it to me every Friday. Jadi ini nyuruh ke bawahan untuk mengirim sebuah pesan ya, sebuah mail ya, yang udah ada template-nya gitu ya, bagaimana statusnya bagaimana status mingguannya gitu ya, kerjaannya gitu ya. Oke. Kalimat yang bawah juga hampir mirip ya. Kalimat ketiga juga sama. Oke. Itu kalau tentang bagaimana status atau sampai mana gitu ya kerjaannya gitu ya, statusnya itu beres, accomplished or not. Project change itu perubahan kerjaan gitu ya. There are time when a project changes and you have to tell your director to change something. Let's work on something. Ini jadi ada beberapa kondisi atau situasi beberapa saat gitu ya ketika kerjaan itu berubah dan kamu harus kasih tahu bawahan langsung ya untuk mengubah sesuatu gitu ya. Ini salah satu kalimatnya. I know you have been working on the database using Excel, but we need to use SQL. Can you make the necessary changes? Jadi saya tahu kalian tuh biasanya kerjanya database-nya pakai Excel, tapi sekarang kita butuh pakai SQL. Apakah kamu dapat merubah perubahan ini gitu ya? Although you don't have to be polite to your direct, it is good practice to show direct some common courtesy. In the sentence above, it recognize the work that has been done so far, instructs what to need to be changed. Jadi walaupun kamu tidak harus sopan ke bawahan ya seperti itu ya, tetapi di kalimat di atas tuh ya adalah latihan yang bagus untuk untuk pada apa ya, untuk bawahan gitu ya. Jadi kalimat di atas tuh nge-recognize bahwa kerjaan yang sudah beres jauh ini gitu ya, ada yang perlu diperbaiki, dan politely ask dan bertanya atau dan meminta secara sopan jika mereka bisa nggak ngelakukan itu gitu ya. Jadi ada apa ya, ada appreciate before because the work actually almost done but we need to change something ya. Jadi nggak semua dari awal sih, tapi bisa ngubah kayak gitu. Jadi politely ya, jadi mintanya dengan sopan gitu. Nah, how about the deadline? Deadline is very common in the project, in your daily routine at the work ya. Deadline and due dates are common among project and assignment. Jadi deadline sama tanggal jatuh tempo gitu ya, sangat biasa gitu ya dalam kerjaan dan tugas. Sometimes the deadline change or you direct needs reminder. Nah, terkadang ya si deadline itu berubah ya, atau kamu perlu butuh reminder langsung ya, pengingat langsung gitu. In any case, you should know some sentence how to convey the deadline. Nah, gini nih kalimat. Here is your new project, katanya. Ini adalah kerjaan baru kamu. You have 2 weeks to complete it. Kamu punya 2 minggu untuk menyelesaikannya. After you review the project, setelah kamu mereview project, let me know if there will be any problem. Kasih tahu saya kalau ada masalah gitu ya. You have until the end of this month to complete your assignment. It is critical that everyone complete on time. Ini juga mirip-mirip ya. Kamu mempunyai waktu sampai akhir bulan ini untuk menyelesaikan tugas kamu. Ini sangat penting untuk semua orang menyelesaikan di waktu yang tepat ya, on time. Oke. Ini kalau yang ini misalnya, do you think you can finish the marketing report by Friday? Apakah kamu pikir kamu bisa menyelesaikan report laporan pemasaran di hari Jumat gitu ya? Jadi it's all about the deadline, it's all about the due date when you have to tell your your employee to finish in a target gitu ya. Nah, how about when the subordinate asking you a question? So it means that when the employee asks you, when you are a manager gitu ya, when you are a manager, if an employee asks you a factual question that you are not sure about, you can always refer them to other resources. Jadi kalau misalnya karyawan itu bertanya ya, pertanyaan faktual yang kamu tidak terlalu yakin jawabannya gitu ya, kamu bisa selalu nge-refer, ngerujuk ya ke mereka untuk ngasih sumber lain ya. Misalnya contohnya gini kalimatnya, I'm not sure about that one. Saya nggak yakin tentang itu. I think the information you're looking for is a manual I saw in the file cabinet. Why don't you check there? Saya pikir ya informasi yang kamu cari itu ada buku manualnya gitu ya yang saya lihat di kabinet file-file gitu ya, arsip gitu ya. Kenapa kamu nggak cek sana? Atau nggak do a search Google and see if you can find the information there. Ya udah kamu nge-Google aja dan lihat kalau kamu bisa ngelihat cari jawaban atau informasi di sana. Atau kalau ini kalau nge-refer atau ngerujuk ke orang lain. I think Stacy will know the answer. She is very familiar with the topic. Saya pikir Stacy tahu deh jawabannya ya. Dia sangat familiar tuh sama topik itu gitu ya. Jadi when you are not sure about ya, you can refer the employee ya to other sources, to other information, to other person, to other sources ya. Some kind of that. Nah, encouraging ya. Jadi encouraging tuh to encourage untuk membuat lebih bagus, membuat lebih berani, membuat lebih baik gitu ya. As a good manager ya, sebagai manajer atau atasan yang bagus, yang baik ya, you should encourage good worker and bad workers. Good direct needs encouraging to keep them working hard. Bad employee need encouragement to work harder. Here are some sentences for both types. Misalnya kayak gini contohnya. Hey Jam, I think you're doing great job and it's not going unnoticed. Hey Jam, saya pikir kamu udah ngelakuin hal yang sangat bagus ya, kerja yang sangat bagus dan itu sorry nih nggak tercatat gitu ya. Dan it's not going unnoticed, dan itu bukan mungkin tidak tercatat gitu ya. You are doing great. Keep up the work. Kamu kerjanya keren ya, tetap seperti itu. Atau enggak, I told my manager about your performance. He was quite impressed. Keep up the good work. Nah, saya udah bilang ke atasan saya tentang performa kamu ya, dan dia sangat terkesan ya. Jadi tetap bekerja dengan baik. Nah, jadi kan itu tuh encouraging tuh artinya menyemangati gitu ya, membuat lebih semangat. Oke. Sekarang direct having difficulty. Ini salah satu contohnya. I had a hard time on my first project too. Don't let it get you down. I'm sure you will do better next time. Atau enggak, it wasn't as bad as you think. I also saw definite improvement, so you shouldn't give up. Atau your work has been pretty good, but I really think you can do better. You have potential and I hope you start trying a little harder. Jadi salah satunya nih, saya juga pernah tuh punya masa-masa sulit ya di pekerjaan saya ya. Jangan membuat kamu jadi down ya, atau membuat kamu jadi terpuruk. I'm sure you will do better next time. Saya yakin kamu bakal melakukan lebih baik lagi next time gitu ya. Jadi ketika bawahan itu mengalami kesulitan, ini salah satu kalimat yang perlu dikatakan. Reprimanding. Finally, when you have the employee that is doing something wrong, such as being late, turning in a project late, or not performing well, it is your responsibility to let them know. Jadi pada akhirnya, ketika karyawan kamu tuh melakukan hal yang salah gitu ya, kayak telat terus, deadline-nya lewat terus, tidak formanya jelek gitu ya. It is your responsibility to let them know. Jadi merupakan tanggung jawab kamu untuk ngasih tahu mereka ya. If someone is always late, then you don't have to ask for an excuse. It was on time, then it's okay. Jadi kalau misalnya telat ya sekali ya, ya itu oke ya. Tetapi kalau misalnya con constantly late atau konsisten terus gitu ya telatnya, ya nggak ada excuse lagi gitu ya. Salah satu kalimatnya misalnya, you have been late for work on a regular basis, you better start coming to work on time. Nah, kamu tuh udah telat terus nih ya, udah kebiasaan telat, kamu sebaiknya sekarang tepat waktu datangnya. Atau kalau misalnya udah 2 kali gitu ya, this is your third warning, udah 2 kali dimarahin misalnya. This is your third warning, ini peringatan ketiga kamu. If you are late for work again, jika kamu telat lagi kerja, kita akan mengambil langkah yang lebih serius ya pada kamu. Apakah itu dimengerti? Ya, itu adalah satu contoh-contoh untuk reprimanding gitu ya, mendisiplinkan gitu ya. When a director doesn't turn in the project, it's pretty sure no, I would definitely be upset. But as a good manager, I wouldn't accuse the employee without giving them chance to explain. Here is the next example. Oke, jadi ketika bawahan itu tidak mengerjakan kerjaan gitu ya, ini mah benar-benar hal yang serius gitu ya. Dan ya kita bakal marah sebagai atasan gitu ya, kecewa ya, tetapi ya kita nggak bisa langsung nyalahin mereka tanpa ngasih mereka kesempatan untuk menjelaskan. Barangkali ada suatu hal, maybe there's another reason to explain that caused the project is late gitu ya. The report was due last Friday, what's going on? Nah katanya tuh, laporan udah telat, harusnya tuh telatnya tuh ya akhir Jumat kemarin gitu ya targetnya. Ada apa sih? Nah gitu kan. So when you accuse someone, still you have to give them a time to explain what's really happened in there. So maybe there's another reason that we never know before. So your employee, maybe it can explain what's really, what's the truth that already happened in their situation. This is more like a trap question. Unless it is life or death situation, the excuse shouldn't be good enough. Here's genuine excuse. I was working on 3 assignments. I just couldn't finish them all. Itu ya. Oke. Masih reprimanding ya. Mungkin terakhir reprimanding. So this is the last slide ya. This is a good excuse. So you can start reprimanding the employee. You give them a chance to explain, and since the excuse was not good enough, you can basically let them have it. If you were not going to finish on time, jika kamu nggak finish di tepat waktu gitu ya, at least you could have let me know. Setidaknya kamu harusnya ngasih tahu biar saya tahu gitu. Regardless, secara hormat nih ya, you knew how important the project was. Kamu nggak tahu gitu segimana pentingnya kerjaan tersebut ya, dan and you knew about the due date, dan kamu tahu kan apa jatuh temponya gitu. What am I going to do with you? Saya harus gimana nih sekarang kamu gitu ya. Oke, atau enggak, you should have at least told me that you won't be able to finish. Nah, kamu harusnya sih setidaknya udah ngasih tahu bahwa kamu tidak bisa menyelesaikan sampai beres gitu ya. Dan I could have asked Mary to finish it. Setidaknya kan jadi saya bisa ngasih tahu atau meminta Mary untuk ngeberesin itu gitu ya. This is very irresponsible of you. Ini sangat tidak bertanggung jawab dari kamu. Is this going to be a continual problem in future project? Apakah ini bakal menjadi masalah yang berketerusan di project-project berikutnya gitu ya. So there's so many way when you have to reprimanding your direct or your employee to make them more disciplined in a working situation. So there's so many kind of a warning too when they are really hard to tell, they're really hard to obey you. So yeah, there's so many kind of level to reprimanding your employee. Okay, maybe that's all for today. I hope that you can learn a lot from this presentation about the status, about the project change, yeah, and then deadline, of course, about the due date, and subordinate asking a question, and encouraging your direct, yeah, when a direct having a difficulty. So what the words that you have to say, reprimanding at least, but not less. Okay, maybe the rest of all just on your practice. Maybe you just can pick of your friend. Two of you can do a practice for a conversation. It means that both of you will be usually will be a habit. Will be have competency for making a conversation about talking to subordinate. Okay, maybe that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that still learn a lot about business English. Thank you so much, and I see you around at next week's. Okay, goodbye. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.